My uncle told me this story a while back when I was young. Although modern medicine was known even in this remotely located rural village, tradition persisted, and most of the population, who were poor anyway and could not afford modern medicine, turned to traditional herbal medicine and treatments. Hard labor and harsh living conditions in this rural community took a great toll on the villagers' health, and in order to replenish their energy and health, traditional herbal medicine was their only option. Fortunately, there was one such establishment among the few. This shop was pretty well known for making quality herbal medicine, attracting frequent visits from nearby villagers. Its reputation spread solely through word of mouth, requiring no additional marketing efforts. As the months went by, another herbal medicine shop just opened up not too far from the original. The owner of the original shop didn't consider it a competitor. He was confident in his knowledge of herbal medicine, and his establishment had years of tradition behind it. He was certain that the newly opened shop would not last long and soon go out of business. As expected, his sales weren't initially affected much. However, as days passed, the newly established shop began attracting more customers, and many of his loyal customers began visiting less frequently. Unlike regular grocery shops where customers often change their minds based on discounted prices, herbal medicine shops tend to prioritize quality and trust. Therefore, once lost, a customer is unlikely to return. The owner began to get frustrated as his sales declined day by day. At that moment, one of the herbal suppliers walks in. The owner complained about his business losing sales and asked if he knew anything about this newly opened shop.
I'm losing customers to this new place. Do you know anything about that place? I charge customers about the same as everyone else, and the new place doesn't appear to be particularly special. I have no idea what's going on.
The supplier responded,
I don't know, but my friend has tried theirs one time, and according to him, after taking the herbal medicine purchased from this new place, he felt noticeably better. Some others say the taste is a little different too.
Upon hearing this, the owner also wanted to try it, but being a rival with this new herbal shop, he didn't want to go there himself. Instead, he asked one of his closest friends to get some samples of the herbal medicine from this new place. The next day, his friend brought herbal medicine purchased from his rival shop. He took the first sip, then the second, and the third. The taste was similar to his own. Having been in business for a long time, he knows the taste and smell of all common ingredients, but still could not discern any difference from his own mixture. It consisted of the usual blend of herbs like ginkgo, licorice, and ginseng. Confused, he shook his head and gulped down the rest of the herbal medicine. It was the following morning. The owner awoke, surprised. His body felt unusually light as a feather and full of energy.
Ah, this must be it. Something is different. There must be some other ingredients that I have not yet known.
However, there is no way to find out what the secret recipe is. All he could do was discreetly hang around near this new shop, but no information could be gathered. After spending so many frustrating days, the owner decided to break into the newly opened shop at night. There, he found remains of used herbs and ingredients still inside the strainer. It was nothing out of the ordinary, just the usual herbs he already knew until he dug in further. Among the remains, there was something he didn't expect in the making of herbal medicine. It looked to be pieces of bones. At first, he thought it was just an animal bone, but further examination confirmed it was indeed human bone, as he also found a couple of human teeth among the used herbs. Shocked, the owner hastily ran out. He wanted to report it to the officials, but by doing so, he would also have to confess the fact that he had illegally trespassed onto someone else's property. Besides, other people might think that he was making false accusations out of jealousy. The owner wanted to share his discovery with others, but didn't know how to go about it. However, one day, he heard disturbing rumors circulating in his village. There were reports of dead family members or relatives of villagers appearing in their dreams, complaining of pains.
Son, my leg hurts so much. It's hard to walk.
My teeth hurt.
It became a common occurrence for the deceased to appear in villagers' dreams and express pains and discomfort. One man, in particular, had his ancestor frequently appearing in his dreams and complaining of pain in his arms and toothache. Suspecting something had gone wrong with the grave, or the coffin had been damaged, or maybe the location of the burial itself was bad, he decided to exhume the grave and relocate the deceased. However, when he exhumed the grave, he found that the skeletal remains inside were missing arms and some teeth. He was certain that the body was buried with all limbs intact, but now they are missing. Shocked by the news, other villagers hurriedly began inspecting their own family graves one by one. They found that their family's skeletal remains were also missing teeth and some bones. Since there were no signs of disturbance around the graves, the villagers became terrified. They concluded it must be the work of either a sick individual or ghosts. While these events unfolded, the owner of the herbal shop, with the help of some close villagers, proposed collectively keeping watch over the graveyard. It has been several nights. While discreetly watching over the grave one night, they discovered a strange man with a shovel in his hand wandering around the graveyard. Swiftly, with the help of other villagers, they apprehended the man. He turned out to be the owner of a newly opened herbal shop. Despite the man's denial that he wasn't grave digging and claimed innocence, his intention was too obvious to the owner.
If you weren't digging for the remains, then what were you doing? Picking herbs in the middle of the night?
Under the owner's leadership, they decided to head to the newly opened herbal shop to collect more evidence. There, they searched the place and found human teeth and bone fragments inside the strainer among other used remains of herbs, just like last time. From that day on, news spread like wildfire that the newly opened herbal shop was using human remains as part of the ingredient. Shocked, villagers began legal actions and chased the man out of the village. Many days have passed since the incident. The village is back to normal, quiet. However, some people in the village still whisper,
Anyway, you know that herbal shop that was forced to close because of the incident? I have to admit, their stuff was good. Very effective.
Another villager quickly interjected.
Be careful what you say. If you really like that stuff, why don't you try the new place that just opened? I heard they make good herbal medicine there too.